have to build a more complex report for the business team. Actually, previously they were having a report that was showing their performance in the different sales regions, and they wanted to change that report to make it easier to use. So first change is actually they don't like a calendar control here, because what they're looking for is a specific thing or a specific control that are going to allow them to show all the data up to quarter end data. So we're going to change that element here. We're not going to go for a calendar. So we can change that one here to be a drop-down list. Additionally, they want to be able to select exactly 2 countries, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 1. They want to go for exactly 1. So we need a little bit more complex filter in here. So we're going to add our store country filter here a second time. I'm going to share the first one here. We're going to take the first one, change it to a single control. We're going to make it a required selection in here. So, and we're going to rename its title. So it's going to be the first country. We're going to do the same for my second filter. We're going to make it a single control. We're going to make it a required selection. And we're also going to change that one and rename it to be the second country. To make that filter more complex, we got the advanced filters, which are in the dialog here. So the filter expressions that allows me to build complex static filters or complex dynamic filters. So in here, I can create one or multiple groups or groups within a group. So we're just going to move those 2 sale country elements within that group, and we're going to change that one in here. So we got, now you see we got 2 group levels in here. I want to make it slightly more simple. We just want to go for 1 level of groups in here. We're going to get rid of that second group level here. So we're going to deal with 1 group level actually in here, and we're going to make sure to change that one to be slightly different. So actually, now that we have those 2 groups, I'm going to take that subgroup here and change that one to be an OR filter. So now we got date and that combination of 2 elements with OR. So we're going to apply that filter. So it's activated. So we're going to close that one. And now we're going to save our report in here, and we're going to build a composed designer page here to deal with that elements. So on that page, we can instead of searching for the containers, there's a simple plus now that allows me to add the container to my page. We can make that one bigger. And now we can add our country compare final to that report. So it's missing its filters. So let's add the filters. Let's all the filters to the page. So in here, we got a drop down list. So we might want to change that one to not show all dates, because then we could have sticked with the calendar. So we're going to change that one to be a dynamic box. So we complete it from a procedure. So the procedure that we use is a procedure that I already prepared, which is going to get us a list of all the quarter ends. So we're going to use the date and the display date in here. We're going to keep the original sorting. Now we got a end of quarter list here only. So now for the calendar control, I want to make some changes in here. The users don't like to have drop-down boxes in here, so they ask here to get a more simple type of control. So we're going to convert it to a very simple input box. We're going to do the same thing for my second control. We're going to convert that one to an input box. So now that is an input box, I still want to make life of my people a little bit easier. So I'm going to select it, and I'm going to enable suggestion, which is going to get me a type ahead type of functionality in here. So we can very simply change that one to have suggestions as well. We can, of course, change the order of the fields. So have first country here, second country in here. Actually, I got the feedback that my team would prefer to have filters on the right-hand side, because left they have navigation, so right might be a better place for filters. So we're going to change that one to show a right position filter on my screen. So we got our report already built, so we got what we need. The only thing that the team asked for is have a confidentiality warning whenever the page is loaded. So I created a JavaScript in here that creates me a nice looking confidentiality information. And I want to put that one onto my page. And that's easier now as well. So I can go to my CSS editor on the side or my JavaScript editor right in here, get my JavaScript or CSS into here, move back to the outline. And now we can save my report in here. Or I can just simply, now that it's built, we can just simply add it to the portal or test it, run it in here. So we got our simple control. I get my confidentiality warning, so I can tag that one. So now we're going to take one of my quarter ends. The first country is Italy. The second one is I type IT, I take United States, and we got my information. So a very nice little application with some complexity. But I found something that I didn't like too much. So Dirk showed that fave icon thing, which is a Fintoso F, but it having a red background that doesn't match our corporate standards. So let's go to our report portal designer, and in here I can change the fave icon. So I'm gonna go in here, and instead of putting in that reddish one, we're gonna go for the blue one, which is our corporate standard, our corporate default. So now we can take a new look at our sales portal, and just running my sales portal. Now we got our corporate standard ready F in here, and we're ready to go. If you want to learn more about WebFOCUS 938, please visit all the other sessions and take a closer look at it. Thank you for joining.